Hello everyone, so do my hair with me. So I was using Mali braids, and here I had just started a few braids, so I was just preparing the other braids so that I can continue with the process. So it's a bit challenging because I normally don't know how to use a mirror when it comes to plaiting my hair, so I'm just doing a bit of guesswork here and there. So that is just me preparing the braids so that it will be much easier to just pick them and do the braids instead of picking one, preparing it, then doing the braids, then coming, repeating the same process. So I was just preparing them here and there, and I was listening to a podcast as I did my hair. Nina come serious. So I don't know, I was just in my own world doing my thing. Yeah, so this is just me preparing the braids. I don't know what else to say as I wait. Well, I smiled because something in the podcast was funny. So yeah, I'm just there preparing it and wondering at what time will I finish it, because I did this hairstyle I think from 8 p.m. or it was 9, because it was just something random that I decided to do because I didn't want my hair to stay like that. I have very, very kind of weak hair, so I don't usually like braiding very heavy braids, so I usually look for something that will protect my hairline and all that, so that I'm able to protect my hairline isiishe yote. So here I was just now guessing the lines, and now I'm just dividing the hair to continue with the line that I had already done before. So I usually just use my hands to double check the previous braid where I had braided, so that I know where to place the next braid. So that's me just braiding my hair. It was a bit challenging because sometimes unapata the hair imeshikana and all that, so it's a bit of a challenge sometimes, but I do try my best to be able to come out with the cleanest and tidiest lines. So yeah, did the braids as I listened to the podcast. I wasn't even sure if it was recording, so I was just guessing and hoping that it was recording. I used the braiding gel to make it a bit easier to twist because I wanted them in twists. So there was just twisting them. It's hard to start with the twist because most of my braids, when I'm plaiting my clients, I usually start with twisting from the hair. But then when you're doing your own hair, it's very hard to twist from below. So I started by doing the three strands, then dividing them into 2, then now finishing up with the twists. So yeah, I continued with that line. At this point I had started to kuchoka, so I really had wanted to sleep, but then I was like, oh God, I'm actually sleepy right now. So there I was just dancing and realizing, my hair looked cutesy. It took me a while, but I was able to get to the front part. My braids were almost done, so it was, I think, midnight at this point. So I was just finishing up on the front part. Then the remaining parts that had not been braided, I was planning to buy the braids the next morning. So finished up with the front part. The front part is usually the trickiest because you're not really sure if the lines really align. So I was just hoping they're aligning and the lines come out as clear and as clean and tidy as possible. So finished up on that part. I didn't get a recording of the other parts that I did when I finished up. So I was just dancing and being happy because it was almost done. And here, this is the video of me, just admiring the hair that I had done. It came out so beautiful. It wasn't as heavy as I thought it would be, so I really loved it. So I didn't sikusonga the front part because my hairline is not that strong, so I don't like picking hairs from the hairline. I usually leave them for gelling purposes. So yeah, that's just me admiring the work of my hands. Really enjoyed braiding these braids, and I hope they will last me for a while. So I did my makeup.